Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at a preview at the upcoming Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Hirudegarn for global in DBZ Dokkan Battle. Now we're going to take a look at Goku first, and we'll take a look at Hirudegarn, then we'll take a look at the animations, okay? So let's take a look at Goku. He's a movie heroes or final trump card category lead of 170%. And an additional 30% for characters also belong to Super Saiyan 3 or Kamehameha. Pretty interesting, another movie heroes lead, okay, interesting enough. Kamehameha, movie heroes, good synergy, final trump card, Kamehameha, good synergy. Super Saiyan 3, a little bit kind of all over the place, but I think it's okay. In terms of passive, key plus 3, attack and defense of 200%, a medium chance of performing a critical hit, a high chance of evading the enemy's super attack. An additional 150% attack when performing a super attack, and an additional attack and defense of 159%, and a chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading plus 20% as a second or third attacker in the turn. An additional attack of 159%, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 50% when HP is 59% or less, and has a great chance of nullifying unarmed super attacks directed at the character. So all in all, pretty decent stuff. Obviously already built in evasion, already built in crit. So additional is looking promising here. Nice attack buffs, 159% when performing a super, an additional 159%, and 20% evasion and crit chance when in the second or third slot. So definitely a high volume damage dealer, 50% crit chance, 70% evasion in that second slot, which is really great. And then an additional attack of 159%, and guaranteed crits basically when HP is 59% or less, which is pretty cool. And you've got that great chance of nullifying unarmed super attacks, which is nice. The standby skill can be activated when HP is 70% or less, starting from the 3rd turn from start of turn, or starting from the 6th turn from start of battle. Then Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior, Super Saiyan Kamehameha, Over in the Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle are the link sets, which is pretty decent. And obviously on movie heroes, final trump card Super Saiyan 3, Kamehameha, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Goku's Family, Turtle School, Master Devolution, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Power Beyond, Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent, Child, and Earthbred Fighters. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for one turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. Now we have Super Saiyan 3 Standby Mode, which is obviously very similar in terms of link sets, everything else. But you are unable to attack except when the finish effect is activated. Attack and defense of 333%, and an additional attack of 159% for one turn from the character's entry turn. Great chance of evading the enemy's attack, which is 70%, plus an additional chance of evading the enemy's attack, plus 20%, when HP is 59% or less. Foresees enemy super attack within the turn, within the character's attacking turn, and all allies get key plus 3 and defense of 59%. An additional attack of 330% when the finish effect is activated within the same turn, evades the enemy's attack. So, pretty interesting. Obviously, very, 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 very strong defensively. 70% evasion, an additional 20% to 50%, 59% HP or less, so that's a 90% evasion chance. You have the ability to foresee enemy super attacks. You're giving your allies a defense and key buff, and you get an additional 333% when the finish effect is activated, which is pretty good. Then, obviously, the Dragon Fist can be activated when the enemy launches a super attack. This is activated when the enemy launches a super attack against the character, massively raises attack, nullifies enemy's super attack and counters with ferocious power, and performs a critical hit, which is very interesting. Basically, so his finish effect occurs when he's hit by a super attack, but you can now see where the super attacks are coming from, so obviously you can get that to activate. I think all in all, really, really cool. Firstly, I like the fact that basically Goku's standby mode is designed as this like counter their super attack unit, basically, which I think is really, really cool. Obviously, in the events where they disable evasion, he is going to lose quite a bit of his strength, but that's just something you have to accept, really. Then we have Hirudegarn, Extreme Int, terrifying Phantom Margin character. So, leader skill, movie bosses or Res Warriors, 170%. Additional 30% for legendary existence or transformation boost. I like movie bosses. I like the transformation boost combination. Resurrected warriors and legendary existence and transformation boost and that. not too crazy. Obviously, they did Rares Warriors and Legendary Existence for Tapion units, but yeah, just not too wild. Brutal Beatdown, Berserker, Big Bad Bosses, Revival, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle are the link sets, which is a good link set. And then we have the passive. So it activates the entrance animation upon the character's entry, once only. Key +3, attack and defense of 100% and a high chance of performing a crit for 5 turns. Then attack and defense of 200%, plus an additional attack of 100% when attacking. Great chance of evading the enemy's attack, and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after evading an attack. Plus an additional defense of 10% up to 50% with each attack evaded. So a couple sections of the passive is very interesting. We have Key +3, attack and defense of 100%, and a high crit chance for 5 turns from entry. That's pretty good. Attack and defense of 200% flat, and an additional 100% when attacking. Very important that it's separated from attacking and super attacking. Great chance of evading the enemy's attacks, that's 70%. And launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after evading an attack. So right now we have 70% evasion, we have a 70% super if we do manage to evade, and we also have a 50% crit chance for the first 5 turns. So very interesting kit, very good kit looking so far. Obviously, again, if evasion is disabled, it's going to dramatically affect this unit. However, you do get an additional defense of 10% with each attack evaded, and this guy has an active skill, which is his transformation, which can be activated when HP is 70% or less, starting from the 3rd turn or starting from the 6th turn of battle. Movie bosses, Rares Warriors, Legendary Existence, Transformation, Boost, Time Travelers, Planetary Destruction, and Destroyed Figures, so very limited in terms of category, but they stack defense. So even though, not that stacking defense solves everything, but not having your evasion but being able to stack defense at least means you should get a decent raw defense level. When transforming, Hirudegarn becomes Hirudegarn Perfect Form, which is very interesting. I've never heard that title ever in my life. Key +3, attack and defense of 250%, so 50% boost up on the previous passive, plus an additional 150% when attacking. Plus an additional attack and defense of 100% with a high chance of performing a critical hit as the first attacker in the turn. Launches an additional attack, there's a great chance of becoming a super attack, great chance of evading the enemy's attack, and launches another additional attack, there's a high chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after evading an attack. So, let's just stop there briefly. High chance of performing a crit as the first attacker in the turn. So first start, high chance, crit. Awesome. Then launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Awesome. Then 70% chance of evading enemies' attacks. Awesome. And then we'll launch another attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super if you do manage to evade. So already the possibility for 2 supers, 70% evasion, and critical hit, or 50% critical hit chance when you are just in the first slot. So really good so far. Then you get an additional chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading, including super attack, plus 10% within the same turn with each attack evaded. So if you evade the first attack, you all of a sudden have 80% evasion. Then if you evade the second attack, you have 90% evasion. And then if you evade the third attack, you have 100% evasion. So very interesting. Evades the enemy's attack, including super attack, on the next attacking turn every time the character evades 3 attacks, including super attack in battle. So realistically, you can't hit Hirudegarn. Essentially, this guy cannot be hit from what it seems like. He's got a 70% flat evasion, he stacks 10% with every single evasion that he does, and then if he does evade 3 or more, he's guaranteed not to get hit anyway. During all this time, he has a pretty good chance of firing 2 more super attacks, a 50% crit chance, and that crit chance stacks. Now obviously, the big question is, if he does not get attacked before he attacks, then of course he is going to miss out on some of these stacks. But you can, I think in terms of build, look towards an additional / evasion build maybe. That kind of feels the best to me. And then obviously greatly raises attack, and we're no longer stacking defense. So pretty decent stuff. Honestly, Goku looks great. Hirudegarn looks nuts. And yeah, it's honestly really insane how good these units look. So I'm super keen to see how good they are. Let's take a look at their animations together. And yeah, let's I think, look, in terms of animations, I think Goku's base animation, this Kamehameha, not amazing. I get the reference they went for. I don't think it's terrible. I think at 2 times speed as well definitely looks a lot better than 1 time speed. But yeah, I think the base animation aside, his nullification looks really cool. I actually think it looks great. I think it's a really cool, simple nullification, but I think it's got a lot of flair, a lot of style. And then the standby skill, it looks great. Yeah, really, I like the art style. I like the coloring that they did. I like how close they got everything to pretty much how it was in the movie, and I think that's great. Then the Dragon Fist, some people don't like it. For me personally, I think a Dragon Fist is awesome. I think it's done really, really well. Obviously, people have been waiting a long time for a really good Dragon Fist. I think this was done really well. I understand maybe some people have hesitations, but I think overall for me, Goku looks great. Now, Hirudegarn, he looks awesome. They actually just did all his animations like top tier. Like, they just did all of his animations absolutely awesome. They used pretty much everything they could out of the movie. But I actually think they really did Hirudegarn stuff really well. So I'm very impressed with Hirudegarn. There's no real caveats to his animations. I think he's just flat out amazing without any real issues at all. So yeah, I really like Hirudegarn. I think he's fantastic. I think Goku looks really good, barring the base animation, and I think even that doesn't look bad. I just think you have to run it at the 2 times speed to really kind of get what they were going for. But yeah, overall, I really like these units. Obviously, super powerful. They're going to be a big temptation before, obviously, Global gets Anniversary, so we're going to have to play it safe. But yeah,